Yo, the new season of Married at First Sight Australia just dropped. If you're a fan of the show and you want someone you can talk to about it, then you are in the right place. And yo, for those of you who don't know what the show's about and you just stumbled onto this video, listen. Married at First Sight is exactly what it sounds like. It's people who are struggling to find a partner for whatever reason. They apply to the show and a team of experts match them up with someone they think could be their soulmate, right? The first time the couples meet is on their wedding day. No texting, no talking stage, no dating, no sliding in DMs or nothing. Just boom, wedding dress, tux, aisle, honeymoon. Okay, so season 13, episode 1. Let's go! Married at First Sight Australia. Kylie Minogue, Hugh Jackman, Iggy Azalea. We got singles whose dating life's been a failure. Let's meet them. We got Rachel, we got Steven, we got Alissa, David, Julia. We got Chris and Grace and Juliet. Another Chris and Rachel, Gia. We got Becca, Rebecca, Philip and Stella, Brooke, Mella, Luke, Joel. Who else do we got? Steve. Danny and Scott. The drama's a lot, but there's love to be found. Stephanie Tyson, we holding it down. Bounce, this the recap. Grab a drink, get a savory or a sweet snack, and sit back as we unpack what happened, like back to back. Let's go, bro. Episode 1 starts off with a Bucks and Hens night. This is when the men get to hang out, the women get to hang out, and we get like little brief glimpses into who these people are. So, let's start with the fellas. We don't get backstories of all the guys, you know what I'm saying? That will come in future episodes. So we're gonna focus on the ones who stood out or they gave us a little backstory on, okay? So we got Danny, okay? Danny is super kind. He's telling one of the dudes, hey bro, you're a handsome guy, you know? He tells another guy, yo, you smell like you walked out of a Tom Ford ad. Hey yo, shout out to Danny, because you know so many guys struggle with saying like words of affirmation when it comes to their boys. Like they're more comfortable with cracking jokes and roasting, but they struggle with just being like, hey man, you look amazing today. They struggle giving and receiving compliments. And yo, sometimes it feels good to receive a compliment and, you know, feel a little uplifted. So shout out to the Dannys of this world. So a few of the guys are chilling and then David rocks up. So David is this brat originally from Nigeria. He's looking fresh, you know what I'm saying? We got Steven, okay? We get a little backstory on Steven. Homeboy's been struggling. It's been over a decade since he last dated, okay? And he blames it on dating apps, you know. He goes, these days, you know, if you want to get into a relationship, you got to be over 6 foot tall. You got to have like an Instagram gym bod. You got to have a luxurious lifestyle. Now, I don't mean to minimize Steven's experience because I've heard from my single friends that it's crazy out there. It's a jungle out there, okay? But, you know, there's a lot of dudes who are not 6 foot tall, you know, who don't have a gym body, who are not loaded, minimum wage job and all that. And they are in loving relationships. I mean, yo, look at me, man. Okay looking, average height. You know, for most of my life, you know, I was a broke, struggling musician, lived in a room in a house share with 4 roommates, and I never really struggled when it came to dating, man. In fact, I was low-key a menace, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, most of them were just like situationship type things. And I remember, right, one of my roommates, he was like, yo, how do you do it, man? Because on paper, he was conventionally attractive, taller, you know, hit the gym all the time. And I remember joking around at the time, like, hey, man, I just be like that, man. I got game, you know what I'm saying? But the older I've gotten, you know, I've realized it was because I was comfortable in my own skin. You know what I'm saying? I knew who I was. I was comfortable around women because I grew up surrounded by female cousins, my mom, my aunties, all that in this like tiny crib. And I wasn't desperate or nervous. I didn't see it as a competition. I just showed up as my true self, had real conversations. I was authentic and my energy attracted people on a similar wavelength. I think it all comes down to like confidence, man. Steven seems like a lovely guy, bro. He's just like, you know, super insecure. I mean, even around the guys, he was talking about himself in a really negative light, which was sad to see. Now, on the opposite side of the spectrum, we got Chris. Chris is loud, cocky, offensive. He's super focused on looks, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't want a bigger girl. He asked the oldest dude in the group if he can still get it up, you know what I'm saying? We all have a Chris in the friend group, you know? So, I want to hear from you guys. First impressions, ladies, gays, and folks who are into men. If you are on this show, who would you want to be matched up with? Just from first impressions, okay? You're allowed to change your mind in future episodes episodes when we know more about who these men are. But just from first impressions, please let me know in the comments. Alright, now ladies, and this is ladies night. Alright, first up we got Beck. 35 years old, accounts manager, and Beck is quirky. She's loud, all over the place. We get a little backstory, okay? And she was bigger and insecure, and in 12 months, she lost the weight, found her voice, found her confidence, and, she feels beautiful. The other girls start rocking in, and we got Mel, you know what I'm saying? We got Julia. Interesting thing about Julia is she dates men and women. She doesn't discriminate, bro. So she's going into this experiment not knowing what gender she'll be matched up with, which is super dope, man. The fourth girl that rocks up is Rachel. Now, Rachel hasn't been in a relationship for 14 years, bro. This was recorded in 2026. So last time homegirl was in a relationship was 2012, bro. Okay. Last time she was in a relationship, the biggest hit song was, "Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me, baby." Last time she was in a relationship, Hunger Games was in the cinema, bro. Last time she was in a relationship, Obama was still president of the United States, bro. Now, she does say she's had some situationships in between. And she said something in her interview thingy that was just deep, bro. She said nobody she's dated has ever told her she's beautiful. And my first reaction to that was like, that's so sad. But then my second reaction was confusion, okay? I was like, how do you date someone? How do you get it on with them without bringing up the fact that they look, beautiful? Because here's the thing. She might not be your type like 100%. But if you're on a date, okay, and she's made the effort, the lipstick's popping, the hair is flowing, the nails are did, she's dripped up, and we know she knows how to dress. Because look at that. Professional, demure, and yet she's serving major yams, okay? The yamage is on deck. So how do you sit across from her on a date and not go, "Hey, you look beautiful in that dress. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're doing your thing. You look beautiful tonight." How do you smash, right? And afterwards, when you're basking in the afterglow and you can feel, round two stirring in your spirit, how do you not look at her and go, you look so hot right now. How, Sway? I don't understand. We got more women rocking up. We got Rebecca, 51 years old, looks amazing. And hey, you know what they say, man, just because the rapper's wrinkled doesn't mean the candy ain't sweet. We got Brooke out here looking like a model from the 90s. We got Stella from Lithuania. Hey, remember I told you I lived in a house share thingy? Yeah, two of my roommates, Vida and Agla, were Lithuanian. Big up Lithuania, okay? We got Alissa, big energy. She's like, what did I miss? She's hugging everybody. We got one more girl to go. And they saved the best for last, okay? Gia, 35, Italian. She's really proud of her body. Her lips are like, and she's got fake. And the dress is just like, pow. And they're like, hello. Hey, no judgment, alright? Gia's doing her thing looks-wise, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's a lot of dudes that would be like, hey, that's what's up. It's her personality that's the problem, okay? She's giving mean girl in high school vibes, okay? So, first impressions of the ladies, how we feeling? Again, you can change your mind when future episodes drop, but first impressions, you're on the show, who do you want to be matched up with? Alright, boom. So now we get our first match, and we find out more about our first couple. So, it's our girl, Rachel. She goes into more detail about the 14 years no relationship thingy. Apparently, she did see someone for 7 years, like a situationship type thing. She never met any of his homies, and he never met any of hers. She felt like this big, dirty secret. Now, this is a thing, okay? I have a few homies, big girls who've told me, like, there's a certain kind of dude, like a good-looking gym dude, who'll hook up with them on a regular, but he doesn't want to claim them publicly. Because, he wants to be seen with what the world considers conventionally attractive. And it's just, like, sad, man. It's like a sad way to live. Just live your truth, bro. Hey yo, one of my exes had like big BBW energy, and this is when I was like super skinny, okay? And we were out like all the time, you know what I'm saying? Cinema, arcade, restaurants, and we were all over each other. It didn't even occur to me to care about what someone would think about me dating a bigger girl, because I was too busy being happy, too busy getting my soul snatched out of my body, you feel me? But yo, 7 years of being kept a secret is rough, and she admits that, it broke her heart and it shattered her confidence. She's tried to get back into it through the dating apps, but she's had no luck. The experts have matched her up with, you guessed it, Steven. Okay, what do we think about these two as a match? Okay, let me know in the comments. Alright, so the second match. Alissa, step up to the front of the congregation, please. So homegirl is a nurse and, the social media manager. She's a lot, okay? She's dramatic, over the top. She's looking in the mirror talking about, who's your daddy? I'm my daddy, okay? She's into fitness. She's caked up. She was in a long-term relationship, and according to her, homeboy just wouldn't commit, so they broke up. Now, she's getting matched up with a homie, David. Now, David is originally from Nigeria. He was a rap artist for 10 years, and apparently he was a big deal. He got signed to an international label and made some moves. We get like little snippets of him rapping, and he seems like a talented dude. If anyone's familiar with his music, let us know if it was popping. Now, he says because he was a rapper, dating was kind of hard because people had like preconceived notions. Like they listen to the music and go, hey, you must be a player, you know what I'm saying? You've got a roaster of women. And I kind of get where he's coming from, okay? I'm super new to this YouTube thing, and the dream is to be able to get on here and talk about things I find interesting and weird and actually make a living off it. But currently what pays the bills is music. I freelance as a songwriter, you know what I'm saying, for rappers. I also work with companies like Artlist and provide rap songs that get used by content creators and advertising agencies. So I'm a little more behind the scenes now. But for years, it was me out there, bro, at open mic shows, local festivals, BBC introducing, clubs, all that. And when I met girls as my amigo, the rapper, part of the appeal was like the streets, the hip hop culture. It was meant to be fun, you know what I'm saying? A little dangerous, sneaky link type vibes. Nothing like long term, you know what I'm saying? And it was dope for me because I wasn't looking for anything deep at the time. But I get it. If you're like wanting something, meaningful and deep, I can see how that would be a problem. And for David, it's even more complicated because he's super religious. Like his faith means the world to him. So essentially, he wants a strong woman who is attracted to his bad boy aesthetic but falls in love with his faith and values. You know what I'm saying? Alright, boom. David and Alissa's wedding. See, David's entrance is banging, okay? He rocks up to his peoples, he's shaking hands, hugging. Listen, the MVP of this entire episode is one of Alissa's homies, okay? This girl, Adriana, because she's like, the minute I saw him, my brain just went like, dunk. She's like, he's exactly her type. David walks over to her peoples, greets her moms. He hollers at Adriana, and Alissa's other homies. They're like, yo, she's gonna like you, bro. It's good vibes in the church, man. One of David's boys like, yo, wait till you see him without his shirt on. It's just like good vibes and banter and excitement. Oh, and can we talk about how good looking David's homies are? Like, pow! Look at this dude. Look at him. Look at her. Look at Bryce Dallas Howard over here. Alissa rocks up with her dad. You know what I'm saying? She looks beautiful. She also looks super nervous, okay? She's doing the whole, like deep breaths thing, right? And like the dude officiating the wedding does the whole, hey, we are gathered here to witness, da-da-da-da-da. If there's anyone here that knows of a reason why this two should not be hitched, Alissa interrupts the whole thing, man. She looks David dead in the eyes and she goes, I'm sorry. I can't do this. I can't go through with this. I can't marry you. Everybody shooketh. Like, yo, what? David takes it like a champ, man. It's like, it's perfectly understandable. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. And it's awkward and weird. But then her whole energy switches up and it's like she was faking the whole being nervous thing. And she's like, I won't marry you until you get down on one knee and ask me to marry you. And he's like, you got me. And there's like, laughter among some of the people in the church. But for me, there was nothing funny about this situation, bro. Like, I'm trying to put myself in David's shoes, right? I'm confident, I'm happy, but I'm also a little nervous. You know what I'm saying? I'm religious and getting married before God and my friends and family. It's a big deal, okay? So it's a big moment. And this girl rocks up. She's cute. I shake her dad's hand and I'm like, hey, how's it going, sir? And she's standing there looking cute, vulnerable. She looks super nervous. I'm trying to help her calm down. I'm like, hey, it's going to be all right, baby. It's going to be all right. I'm thinking, hey, she's overwhelmed by how big and special this moment is. And then she's like, I'm sorry. I can't marry you, Maya. Yeah. A million thoughts are going through my head. I'm thinking, hey, this is going to be on TV, bro. Millions of people are going to see me get ditched at the altar. But then I'm thinking, hey, but it's not my fault. You know what I'm saying? It's not because of anything I did. She already looked nervous coming up. So, it's not me. But then the little toxic voice in my head is going, hey, maybe you just weren't her type, bro. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she's not down for the chocolate vanilla swirl. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, hey, is the production team going to find me a new match? Is this it? Is this it for me on this experiment, on this show? I'm thinking all of this, right? But I'm still trying to be supportive. Like, hey, it's all right, girl. I be like that. And then this chick goes, not until you get down on one knee and propose. Funny, you got me. I thought you were nervous, you know what I'm saying? I thought you didn't want to marry a total stranger, which is understandable. I thought you'd seen me, and had to change your heart. But nah, it's just a little jokey joke. You know what I'm saying? Jokes on me. You were just doing a bit. Come on, man. So yeah, she's like, get down on one knee. David's like, she's like, no, I'm serious. If you don't get down on one knee and propose properly, we're not getting married. David's like, we just met, it's a bit weird. She's looking at people in the church like, what's the matter with this guy? Alissa's homies are like, hey, just do it, David, man. She's been through a lot. David feels some type of way, and I get it, because the way she's saying get down on one knee or we're not getting married, it's like there's a mean, bossy, like humiliating tone to how she's saying it. It's not even what she's saying, it's how she's saying it. Like, listen, I love me a strong woman. If Angela Bassett, Gabrielle Union, or Rachel Weisz looked me in the eye and whispered, get down on one knee, I do it, bro. I get down on both knees. Or in this scenario, if she skipped the whole jokey moment and rocked up and said, hey, listen, nice to meet you. I know this is weird, but I've always dreamt of, like, before I say I do, the guy gets down on one knee and proposes. And I know we're doing things differently. We're doing it backwards in this experiment, but it would mean the world to me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and by the way, I was in a relationship where the dude wouldn't commit, and I'm still healing from that. And you getting down on one knee would mean so much. Boom, simple. But instead, she made it all weird. You know what I'm saying? And they go back and forth. He's like, nah, I'm not doing it. They go back and forth, and finally homeboy gives in. They do up their vows, which, to be fair, are super cute. Alissa had a line in her vows, about how she likes her coffee and she wants him to bring it to her next morning. And she has a line about how she gets the best side of the bed. And it's like, when someone's trying to be funny, but he comes across a little mean-spirited. Yeah, it's given that. The funny thing is, David doesn't seem that fazed. In fact, the only time when he goes, hey, that's a red flag, is when she goes, Jesus Christ. And he's like, yo, she used the Lord's name in vain, bro. So it's like, boom, you may now kiss the bride. Hey, yo, I don't know how to describe the kiss, okay? It's like they were trying different styles of kissing every millisecond, switching it up. Like their mouths were fighting each other. Obviously, David's homies are not feeling Alissa. They tell him like, yo, bro, she's banging, but she wanted you to get down to one knee. You just met her. You know what I'm saying? Who does that? And if she wouldn't back down from that, she won't back down or compromise or anything else, which is a bit of a red flag. You know what I'm saying? But then, to be fair, Alissa does have a moment where she apologizes to David, like, hey, I'm super sorry. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry about the way I handled that whole get down on one knee thing. It was bad form. So, there's that. Okay. Second wedding. Stephen and Rachel. So Stephen goes with this like blue suit. He looks fresh. His mom's is there helping him get ready. His older brother is there. The vibe isn't just, I hope she's stunning. I hope she's nice. It's more like, I hope she likes me back, So their wedding's on a boat. dope. The vibes are vibing. He rocks up, you know, all comedic, like forgets to address anyone on Rachel's side. I think one of his peeps is like, hey, introduce yourself to them, bro. And he's like, hey, I'm so sorry, you know, how rude of me. I'm trying to compose myself over here. I'm just trying to hold it together, gang. Rachel rocks up looking gorgeous in her dress, and she has like this nervous laughter thing where she just cracks up uncontrollably. Now, depending on your vibe, you either find it hilarious, annoying, or a bit of both. They read their vows, and there's similarities in what they're saying, so they kind of get why they were matched. They're like, hey, you may now kiss the bride. And their kiss is the opposite of David and Alissa. Because say what you will about David and Alyssa's kiss, you can't deny the fact that it was passionate. David and Alissa are not going to be having any intimacy issues, okay? Rachel and Steve-O's kiss is like, it's like a little peck, you know? Like, you know those cultures where family members like, mwah? It was like that. You know, I remember seeing this girl and her mom would greet me with like, and I was like, okay. and like, you know, with her dad, we're having drinks and he's cracking up and he goes, and I'm like, hey, yo. I'm like, yo, it's a cultural thing. But yo, maybe they were just a freaky family and I missed out on like some group action, you know what I'm saying? So, Steven and Rachel married. They take some pictures, it's cute, it's a vibe. During the reception, Rachel starts feeling, you know, some type of way. Because remember, she'd said that in the past, no one had told her she looked beautiful. Well, Steven, he hasn't said that either. Not once, you know what I'm saying? And she looks gorgeous in a wedding dress. Now, shout out to Rachel because she does something super mature here. She does something super healthy and regulated, okay? Instead of like bottling it up, she actually sits down with Steven, talks to him about it, and his reaction is perfect. He's like, yo, I'm so sorry. Like, you do look beautiful. I feel bad that I didn't say anything. It's probably just my nerves, you know what I'm saying? I'm out of practice. And he seems, you know, sincere. So she feels seen and validated. So that was the episode, fam. If you've made it this far, thank you, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. Please do me a favor and like the video, because what that does is it lets the algorithm know that, hey, there's actually people out there who enjoy this Maya Guys videos, and it pushes it out to more people, and we can build a little community. I'll be back with the next episode. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and feel free to holler at me in the comments so we can chop it up. And yo, until next time, you take care of yourself, fam, because I love you.